The bustle of the city gives way to the neat order of the suburbs, which in turn yields their place to a patchwork of farms and ranch houses. A relatively short walk to school suddenly doesn't seem too bad. Jeez, I can barely believe that Volcaldera High is the closest school Rosa can get to. It is not. Mama wanted me to go though, she said the schools are terra bursura. God, I'm mumbling. That's actually the closest to us. I think Papi went there, actually. Rosa points to a semi-dilapidated building as they drive by, its most prominent feature being several smashed windows and the dire need for new paint. If it wasn't for the billboard out front sporting the school's name, I think she was lying. Must be hard living so far from school. Rosa turns off the main street onto a lone, unmarked road. Why am I yawning? I'm not even tired. See, it can be a pain, especially when I'm late doing my hair or whatever. Yeah, that stuff will hurt you, because if it's a long drive, like if you're late, you're with it, it's in your head the whole time. You get yourself hurt. I peek over, watching as Rosa tussles her hair with a free hand. It's hard to believe she's ever had a bad hair day in her life with how luscious those auburn locks look. I non de shallow. You're making me blush. Sometimes it pays to mumble. Chuckling, I point to my impeccable chrome dome. At least it's something I don't have to worry about. Giggling, Rosa leans over to elbow me in the ribs. I entertained us for a while by attempting to blind passing motorists with reflection off my head. I'm pretty sure that you're legally liable for that, and like, it'll be pretty easy to find out who you are, given the context of where you are. So don't succeed, is what I'm trying to say. Eventually, Rosa pulls off yet again, this time through a wrought iron gate and onto a well-maintained gravel drive. I wonder what it's like to maintain a gravel driveway like this. You probably don't have to do too much over the year, but like, when you do, who do you call? Long stretches of green growing things flank us on either side. This must be the place. Ah, I love this kind of building. They look so neat. They have built-in awnings, too. Also, I just love the mixture of white and orange, the terracotta, with the wood. Rosa pulls up to a large terracotta-tiled house. It's nice, with a large porch. Fuck, that's a really nice porch. Like, goddamn, what a house. Parked outside a large barn are several work trucks. Dirt splattered and with several racks of tools in the back. So, you guys use all of these for the farm? I point to the trucks as I climb out of Rosa's car, backpack in hand. Rosa's follows shortly behind me, not bothering to lock up her car. Okay? Outdoors. See, well, some of them. She points to one on the far end whose racks are empty. Is that one over there? That is Papi's truck. The truck in question does look a little nicer, newer, and with less dirt on the sides. Your dad doesn't haul his own equipment or something? Not quite. Rosa turns to me, grinning mischievously over her car. Oh. Mama just makes Papi store his cars inside now. Did I say cars? I think I said cars, and I meant to say guns. What little blood remains in my monitor bleached face fades. Relaxing, just kidding. I sigh, resisting the urge to mop my forehead. He still leaves them outside sometimes, trying desperately to banish the image of a gun-toting ankylosaur breaking down my door. I turn my back and gaze out across the field. Listen, Fang also has gun-toting parents. Like, you cannot catch a break. You should date Reed. I'm pretty sure his parents do not own firearms. Maybe one. But not for people out of the house, So, changing the topic for no particular reason, is all of this your family farm? I jab a finger out towards the fields. Rose joins me on the other side of the car, away from the house. The fields come nearly all the way up to the house, separated only by a well-kept yard and a pasture-style fence. Beyond that, though, they seem to stretch a pretty sizable distance. I see all 40 acres of it. Half of it will lease out to other field farmers who need extra fields, or to companies during the off-season. I nod along. Even after all this time in the gardening club, I still know nothing about growing things. Although I did grow that cool mushroom one time. On that sock that... You know what? Never mind. Mama and Papi bought it when they got married. She giggles, sending my heartbeat quickening. I don't even think they had money for a house at first. Must have been an awkward wedding night. Rosa elbows me in the ribs again, a little less gently this time. Aye, none of this, comprendido. Rosa settles down, leaning her head on my shoulder. It's not much compared to the other farms out there. Compared to the other farms? Taking in the size of their field, it's hard to imagine this is a small... But farming is a big thing, and you need a lot for a little. Like, most of the plant isn't eaten. I help out puppy when I can, weekends, or after school if my boyfriend doesn't make me late. I rest my head on hers, smelling the sweet smell of her hair. Ah no, stop sniffing the cotton candy. Why does your dad have this outside? Just a random cotton candy machine and he's just sniffing it. Wow, I didn't know I was depriving your family of such a valued worker. Rosa continues to stare across the earth of her family field. Normally Mama helps out as well, but ever since she... Her voice trails off. Foot, meat mouth. I can feel Rosa stiffen against my shoulder. Hear her idly playing with the keys. Hey, Rosa turns to look at me. A small, sad little frown creasing her beautiful face. I didn't mean to bring that up. I didn't mean to bring up that. Honestly, I didn't. This is supposed to be a nice night. And here I go stressing you out and shit. I'm sorry. I can't know what you're going through, but I'm here to make it better, however I can. I'm here for you. I pull Rosa into a squeeze, feeling her hug me back tight. We stand like that for a second, both of us relishing the other's touch. When Rosa speaks, her voice is muffled against my chest. She pulls away.
You're not so calm. You do not have to say anything wrong. It is just hard to tell you. You have never seen her before.
Rosa gestures vaguely in the air.
Before she got sick, but she is so different now. She's slimmed down so much even the smallest things are difficult.
Rosa throttles the air in frustration.
I'll shoot, just let me help her.
For a moment it looks like Rosa's going to launch into another Spanish tirade, but she holds back. Spent, she sighs.
What am I going to do, Anno?
I shift from foot to foot awkwardly. I'm still not used to people asking me for advice. A miserable weeb who just wants to be left alone. But now Rosa and Fang both look to me for help. On the roof, Fang just wanted to vent. But this is different. Jeez, what do I even say to her? Everything I can think of sounds so trite. It's a commonplace. I honestly don't know what to say. Rosa, she turns her eyes to mine. Miss Katsuragi, the truth is, I don't know what's going to happen with your mom. No,
You liar.
Before she can start to look worse, I take hold of both her hands. Again, Anon being this kind of attentively physical, so weird. But I know that whatever happens, I'll be here right beside you. Anon, why are you replaced with Spanish Anon, the romanticos? Rosa faces me with pleading eyes.
Promise?
I give her hands a squeeze. Promise. My words seem to ease her somewhat. The faint beginnings of a smile ease her face out of its previous frown. Good. Bien. Taking my hand in her, she leads me to the front door. My shirt is damp with all the exhalation she did, just speaking into it. Like, what am I, a microphone? Well, her family is waiting for me. As Rosa and I cross through the door, a thought occurs to me. The last family I visited hopefully goes a little better than that.